Something unusual is happening around the Alabama Crimson Tide, and strangely, almost no one is talking about it. While national debates still revolve around the legacy of Nick Saban and predictions for the future, a much more immediate story is quietly taking shape in Tuscaloosa. As spring practice begins under Kalen DeBoer, a quarterback battle between Mack and Keelon could reveal far more than just a starter. It may reveal the direction of Alabama's next offensive identity. The real question now is simple. Are analysts looking in the wrong place? Before we dive deeper, make sure to subscribe to the channel and drop a comment telling us where you're watching from right now. Every comment helps the community grow. And yes, all of them are read. Across college football, the same question keeps echoing through television panels, podcasts, and preseason predictions. What happens to the Alabama Crimson Tide after the era of Nick Saban? For more than a decade, the program operated as the standard of the sport. National championships, elite recruiting classes, a steady pipeline of players moving from Tuscaloosa straight into the National Football League. That level of sustained success does not disappear quietly, and it certainly does not escape scrutiny when leadership changes. Naturally, the entire college football world is trying to predict what the next chapter will look like. But here is the detail that often gets overlooked when everyone focuses on history. The future of Alabama football will not be decided by television debates or preseason rankings. It will be decided by what the program becomes under the leadership of Kalen DeBoer. And the earliest signals of that transformation are rarely loud. They appear quietly during practices, meetings, and internal competitions long before the first kickoff of the season. Right now, one of those signals is starting to take shape inside the Alabama quarterback room. Because when a new era begins, the quarterback position is usually where the philosophy of a coaching staff becomes visible first. The quarterback is not just another position on the field. The quarterback defines tempo, decision-making, risk tolerance, identity. When coaches choose a quarterback, they are often revealing how they want the entire offense to function. And in Tuscaloosa this spring, the spotlight is slowly turning toward a competition that could shape the direction of the program's offense. On one side stands Mack. On the other stands Keelon. At first glance, this might look like a simple depth chart question. But inside a program like Alabama, nothing about the quarterback position is ever simple. Mack enters this competition carrying something extremely valuable in modern college football: familiarity with the system. Mack has worked within the offensive structure associated with DeBoer before, which means the terminology, timing concepts, and decision rules of the offense are not new territory. In college football, that kind of familiarity matters more than most fans realize. Offensive systems are built on rhythm. The quarterback must recognize defensive structures, process information quickly, and deliver the ball to the correct place at the correct moment. That process becomes dramatically faster when a quarterback already understands how the offense is supposed to breathe. For that reason, quarterbacks who already know a system often begin competitions with an advantage. They do not spend practice learning the language of the offense. They spend practice executing it. But the other side of this story brings a very different kind of energy. Keelon arrived in Tuscaloosa with the type of reputation that immediately captures the attention of college football fans. Russell was widely recognized as one of the most highly regarded quarterback prospects in his recruiting class, earning elite evaluations from major recruiting services that track top high school talent across the country. Players with that kind of recruiting profile arrive with expectations, not just from fans, but from the broader ecosystem of college football. Because when a highly rated quarterback enters a program like Alabama, the conversation begins almost immediately. How soon can he take the field? And what happens if he does? That contrast between Mack and Russell is what makes this situation so fascinating. One quarterback represents continuity, familiarity, and operational clarity inside the offensive system. The other represents upside, long-term development, and the possibility of explosive playmaking. And that difference raises a deeper question about Alabama's offensive future. If the coaching staff leans toward Mack, it could suggest that early stability is the priority. A quarterback who understands the structure of the offense can help maintain rhythm, protect the football, and execute the playbook efficiently from the opening weeks of the season. But if Russell pushes into serious contention quickly, the implications change. A younger quarterback with elite talent can raise the ceiling of an offense. Explosive plays become more accessible. Defensive coordinators must prepare for a broader range of possibilities. The offense can evolve around the strengths of a quarterback whose best football may still be ahead. Both paths can work, both paths can win, but they shape the offense in different ways. And that is why this competition matters more than the headlines might suggest. Because while national analysts debate Alabama's future in broad terms, the program itself is already beginning to answer that question internally. There is another layer to this story that deserves attention as well. Even during periods of transition, Alabama's reputation inside professional football circles has remained remarkably strong. Year after year, players developed in Tuscaloosa continue to earn serious consideration from National Football League evaluators. That consistency reinforces a powerful perception across the sport. Alabama remains one of the most reliable development environments in college football. That perception influences recruiting, it influences preparation, and it influences how opponents approach the program every season. So the narrative surrounding Alabama now exists in an interesting space. Public discussion asks whether the program can maintain its dominance after the departure of a legendary coach. But structural indicators inside the sport still treat Alabama as one of the most stable development pipelines in the country. And when those two narratives collide, the truth often emerges somewhere in the middle. That is why this quarterback competition matters. If one player begins to separate during spring practice, the ripple effect will travel quickly. Clarity at quarterback changes how an offense prepares. It changes how teammates respond. It changes how opponents scout. In a conference as demanding as the Southeastern Conference, small shifts in offensive identity can influence the outcome of entire seasons. And that is where the larger narrative begins to turn. Because if Alabama identifies a quarterback who fits the vision of the coaching staff early, the entire conversation about the program can change before the first game of the season is even played. Suddenly, the debate is no longer about whether Alabama can remain competitive. The debate becomes how quickly the new era is taking shape. That is a very different tone, and it leads to a very interesting possibility. The loudest national story about Alabama right now might not actually be the most important one, because the real story could already be unfolding quietly on the practice field. So here is the question that now moves to the Alabama community. As this quarterback competition develops, which direction feels like the strongest path forward for the program? Does the experience and system familiarity of Austin Mack provide the most reliable foundation for the offense? Or does the long-term potential of Keelon Russell represent the kind of upside that could redefine Alabama's next chapter? Share the answer in the comments and explain why. Because sometimes the most important developments in college football happen long before the stadium lights turn on. And when a program like Alabama begins shaping its next identity, the earliest clues are often found inside competitions just like this one. Before wrapping up, it's important to highlight something that always makes this community special. In the last video, one comment captured exactly the spirit that has defined Alabama football for generations. DeBoer33 dropped a simple but powerful message: Roll Tide. Sometimes a short phrase says everything. That energy represents what this program is about: pride, tradition, and belief in the future of the Crimson Tide. Moments like these show how fans stay connected to the team no matter the season, no matter the transition. So thank you, DeBoer33, for bringing that energy into the conversation. And of course, appreciation also goes out to everyone who commented on the previous video. Many voices joined the discussion about Alabama's future, and even if some names did not appear before the closing of this edition, every comment helped strengthen the community around the channel. The conversation continues here, and everyone is always welcome to be part of it. Roll Tide.